Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one we are checking out the F2H-2, one of the, well, it's the first naval jet that you can get. Oh well, I guess the F3D is a naval jet as well, but anyways, the first jet in the naval tree naval line of the American tech tree. I've had a decent experience with it. As you'll see in the gameplay, you know, it has some pros and cons, just like everything. But before we get started, we are doing this video a little bit differently. We aren't starting in the hangar, so we'll see how that goes and if you guys like it better. And also, if you check the link in the description, for those of you that are interested, I have opened up a Discord server, so if you guys want to come in there, hang out and chat, I'm in there, MZIH, and a couple other you guys. And we have discussions about prop versus jet turbine efficiency and acceleration. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, click the link down below and you can join right away. So the F2H, if you compare it to a jet like the F-84, it does have better acceleration, and that's obviously due to it having two engines, so that's understandable. It has just about the same maneuverability as the F-84. I'd say that it turns a little bit tighter. Something else that you'll notice if you have flown the F-84 and you're just getting this jet, the top speed is a lot greater in the F-84 than the F-2H, and that might very well just come down to the drag of the fuselage and the wings and the whole airframe. That I think that in the end, that is what it comes down to. So in the F-84, for example, I believe I've gotten it up to around 1,000 kilometers an hour, and I have not broken 1,000 kilometers an hour with the F-2H. So in an up tier, you might run into a few speed issues. But if you're fighting other 7.0 or some 7.3 jets, you really won't have an issue. I came across a couple SU-11s, and I feel like most of the time what happens with the premiums of the game, you know, that goes for higher tier jets or higher tier props, or if somebody just downloaded the game and right away went and bought a premium, they're gonna use all of those 30 free repairs just to learn the plane. And most of the SU-11s that I encountered kind of seem to still be in that learning stage where they're either figuring out how to fly 7.0 to 8.0 jets, or they're new to the game. And you know, something you have to think about is the way that jets accelerate and how they operate at speed is quite a bit different than props. Maybe I'll make a more in-depth video about that one day. But back to what I was saying. The 20mm cannons that are nose mounted, and you've got 4 of them. After the it's Realshot or Realshatter. After that came into play, I feel like they got a little bit worse, and I started getting a lot more hits, which it does give the F-84 a little bit more of an edge, at least in the gun department. you do have less ammo. It's not really a spray and play, I guess. What I was trying to say was spray and pray. It is not as easy to do that in this plane. I'm sorry, guys. Just because of the ammo count. So you have 560 or 600 rounds, or it might be 594. It's somewhere in that range. You do have to keep an eye on that, just to make sure that you aren't blowing through your ammo. In your first couple of games in this, especially if you're coming from the P51H or the F84, it's going to take you a little bit to figure out how to be effective with these cannons. If you've been playing something like the F4U-4B, it'll probably be a little bit easier for you, but still, that's something that I ran into, just issues aiming the cannons, but also you guys know that I have issues aiming in general. Let's see here. What else happened in this plane that I can't think of? Oh, I was going to mention the fuel. That's it. So the minimum fuel load is 19 or 21 minutes, which is a considerable amount. So if you conserve your ammo, you very well can stay alive for the whole match, especially if you throttle back to 80% or whatever. Now, if it could take a smaller fuel load, it would turn better, and I feel like if it did turn better at 7.3, just because, you know, lighter weight, it would be a little bit overpowered, and then everybody would complain about it and want Gaijin to give it an up tier, and then the whole plane is ruined for everybody, just like how most of the Japanese aircraft are extremely over-tiered, in my opinion. But I don't really need to ramble on about how the Japanese aircraft are over-tiered, and once again, in my opinion. But we are going to wrap it up with that. You know, I do feel like it is still a pretty good starter jet, maybe not as good as the F-84. Haven't tried the F-80 yet, so I don't really know about that one. I've heard good things. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed watching, leave a like down below, or if you have any War Thunder tips, I always love to hear them, so leave them in a comment. And if you want more videos like this where I'm covering a plane that you guys want to see, leave that plane down in the comments and I will add it to the list. And hopefully I will start putting out videos more frequently than I currently do. But as always, subscribe to the channel and stay updated on all of my content, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.